welcome to my vlog. My name's Shelley and I'm doing something a little bit different today. I've lost my sewjo somewhat and I think it's just too busy at work, too much going on, and I just couldn't face it. And I have always loved making junk journals. That was actually one of the one of the routes into sewing that I had, because I used to sew bits and pieces into my junk journals. And so I had gradually been sidelining all of my junk journal supplies, or my book binding, book making supplies. And I watched a few YouTube videos, mostly by Treasure Books here on YouTube, and it just inspired me to open up all of my 12 by 12 paper pads, because I've got quite a collection, and all the little bits of ephemera and things that I have. And we had a food order, which meant we had some boxes. So I just felt like making some books. So I'm going to talk to you about books today. Hopefully you'll find it interesting, and it's not sewing, but it's like sewing, and it is a creative outlet for me. And this channel is for me to talk about all the things I like to do, crafting, which, you know, I collect hobbies. It's a hobby in its own right. So anyway, I've got a picture of what these look like before, and this is sort of how to say you're old without saying you're old, if you were to look at some of those medication boxes. So basically, it's a small box like this tea box, for instance, that you might have sitting around. And all I've done is open it up. It's like a perfect book size already. And I've just cut off the edges, and I've now got a little book ready for me to cover. I've got some examples of some I've done in the past. With the little packaging that I did for this particular time, I wanted to make it simple. I haven't done anything with my book binding for quite a while, and so I wanted to keep it simple, really, and made my husband go out into the garage and grab a box full of all of my supplies that's out there, so that I could make my books. And so from those four images, you can see that I cut them down, and then obviously I then started making them. I didn't record any of the process. I just thought I would share them here. So those four little books have become these four little journals. And I'm really happy with them. They're not filled, they're not stuffed. Quite often what I would do is inside the journals, I would stuff inside the pages and put things inside the pages. So I'll show you a couple of examples. So this one, for instance, is slightly different. This is a Coptic bound, and it's covered in sari silk, and it was from my 50th birthday. Basically, I took all of the cards that I received. I gathered all the receipts. My husband and I went away for a week and on our own without the kids. And I took all the receipts and everything, and I have put it all in here. Just need to be careful because there are a few things that have got my address on in here. So I shall see if I can find a page that doesn't have any information in it. So for instance, these are some flowers that I got for my birthday, and I've pressed them and put them in here. There's some photos, and what else have we got? So my sister bought me a card, and inside the card she decided to put all of these little bits of confetti that have got say 50 on them. And so I put it in this as like a shaker on the front. So that's one example, and I've got some sari silk there that I'm sealing it up. But it's full of cards, birthday cards, and wrappers, and bags, and postcards, and photos. And for instance, there's me 3 years ago, I guess, when I turned 50. So that's one. This is one of the first ones that I did. It's actually from an old book. So all I had was the book. I didn't have the innards, because I know some people get upset about ripping up old books. But it's a beautiful book cover, and I wanted to use it without doing anything else to it. So I actually repaired the spine. The spine was completely broken, so I repaired the spine, and it's got this is actually detachable. It's on a safety pin back here, and then there's just a bit of lace holding it together, and then inside it's just got stickers and tags and paper that I've dyed with tea and things that are falling out. It's really hard to show. So yeah, so there's a pocket there, and I'm not sure if this is when I started to draw in or not, but there's another bunch of tags. There's some different types of fabric. I did some avocado dyeing for the pink pages, and the blue pages were with red cabbage, and I'm sure I did some painting in this, but you can see I've just kind of used it as an art journal. Lots of blank pages still. I didn't realise how empty this was, so I'll have to go in and reuse it. This was actually part of an old bra that I had, but the lace was really pretty, so I wanted to use it. This is a nice blue spread that I've made here. So yeah, so that's another version. So that's a hardback old book. And then this one, I think this one was actually made with bookboard. Feeling it, it's very solid. So it's just a standard ribbon around the outside, but you can look how chunky and gorgeous that is. It's lots of ruffles and things on this one, and on the end I've got some charms, and this is all covered in a crushed velvet by the feel of it. And inside we've got more things that you can open. I've actually sewn these onto the edges of the paper. This one is completely stuffed, and I'm covering up my mic now, so hard to do. I should have done a top down, but this one is completely stuffed. If I ever open an Etsy store, this would be one of the first things to go, but you can see I've sewn that on the edge of the paper. There's loads and loads. This one is absolutely jam-packed, and it's got a flamingo sort of safari feel to it. So it's got the words field note on the front there, and it's just wrapped up with this green ribbon, which I shall tie up in a minute. So another one with some sewing content. So this one is made from a cereal box. So and it's got, these are the signatures at the back. Again, this is another book binding and junk journaling, another one that's got lots of terminology, which is completely different to sewing. So each of the sets of pages that you've got in here are called signatures, and I'm sure there's more, but my brain has gone dead right now. This one is another one that's got lots of little bits on the outside. It's got this lovely decal, which was from a t-shirt, which was no longer being used. It's got some sari silk, and it's got some book corners on it, and that same crushed velvet on the outside. And again, it's wrapped up in some sari silk. I don't want to open this one, but I have a feeling, actually I will. Why not? So, this one I'm pretty sure has got, yeah, so lots and lots of mechanisms for you to open pages. So and pockets everywhere, and it's absolutely jam-packed. In fact, this one is a concertina pocket, so it opens even further. So this was the crafting that bit of map there, that I used to do before I started sewing more frequently, and I just felt like getting all of my stuff out again, and I do really enjoy it. I wish there was a better way to show this, but there's another one here that opens up, and then you can open it, and then you can open it, and it's got lots and lots of pockets and things inside it, and there's a little book actually inside the book. Another, it's such a pretty one, this one. There's another page. There's a little what are they called, matchbook. This is supposedly a hidden tag, so it opens like that. Yeah, loads and loads of, I've got itchy nose. loads and loads of stuff in that, and look how pretty that is. How pretty that is. And it was just not being used on the front of a t-shirt that didn't fit anyone. So I just sewed that on the front there and glued stuff as well. Okay. So my phone and my microphone decided to die on me both at the same time. My phone is saying it's got no memory to do any more videos. So I am just trying to wrap this up, and this is really why I wanted to come on and talk to you about my junk journals. This is a mini bookshelf that I created. Let me just make some space on my desk, move my computer out of the way. So it's a mini bookshelf I created a couple of years ago now, and I went through a phase of making all of these tiny little journals, including some really, really miniature ones back here, which I can't get out because I'm not looking what I'm doing. But I really enjoyed making these. This one has got a little fabric covering, and I still managed to get a couple of signatures in there. There's another little fabric covered one that I've even sewn around and embedded the little ribbon into it. So I've got lots and lots of these tiny little journals that I've sewn in and added beads to, and all different sorts of ruffles and things like that, and a whole selection of them. And when I had these little boxes from medication, it was the first thing I thought of about adding some more to this. So this has just got the sari silk around it and some charms on the bottom there, and it fits in there. The only one that doesn't is the one that I made out of the breakfast bar, which is just slightly too large to fit. At some point I may well put a third tier on here so that I can put some more books up the top, but really this is kind of what I wanted to show you, some tiny little books that I've created. There's another paper version there with a couple of signatures in it, and they've all got closures and various little things attached, and it's just really good fun. It's like having a doll's house, I guess. You know, lots of people have doll's houses that they like to make furniture for and whatnot, and for me, I was really enjoying creating these little books for my bookshelf. So anyway, at the risk of my phone and computer and microphone and God knows what else failing on me again, I better close this off here. I know this is a bit different to what I've been putting up on this channel since I started it. Well, I guess it'll be a year ago in March, but I do have a wide range of hobbies. As I said, I'm a hobby collector, and I may even do some painting content at some point in the future, because yeah, I like doing lots of different things. So hopefully I shall have some time and energy for getting back to finish off my quilt top. I learned recently that they're called flimsies before they're quilted, which is an awesome term. So I'll get up to doing my what are they called, painted ladies quilt top, and get that all finished. And I still need to work on my other quilt, the Pride and Prejudice one. Someone in the comments of one of my other videos talked about the Fancy Lad, because in the quilt block for Pride and Prejudice, they've actually, I think they've got a carriage and possibly a peacock as well, which is an option. I might well do that. I don't know yet. I haven't started on doing my Jane and Bingley blocks yet, so that might be something that I do soon. I do need to get some more plain fabrics though, because I don't have any skin color or anything like that. So anyway, I am definitely waffling now, so I'm going to sign off. Hope you enjoyed having a quick look at my junk journals. If it interests anyone, I'm happy to do a little proper walkthrough of one of my more complicated ones. There's a couple of YouTubers. I don't think she posts anything on here anymore, but there was I'm trying to remember her first name. Her mother-in-law is called Kathleen Mauer, and she did some brilliant videos. And I also watch, like I think I mentioned already, Treasure Books and The Paper Outpost. She's another one. She was one of the first ones I watched, actually. And who else? There's loads. I mean, I quite like watching mixed media artists as well when they do junk journals and journaling and art journaling inside their journals. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and I'm going to sign off. And thank you for sticking with me. If you are here at the end, please give me a thumbs up and a like, which is the same thing as I say every time. And subscribe if you haven't already, and join me in looking at all of these different crafts. I'd be really interested to hear if everyone watching has got multiple crafts and hobbies that you also do. I do think that if you do one artistic style hobby, you kind of do collect them. So anyway, be interested to hear about that. And see you soon. Bye.